The Price of His Betrayal, Part 5.
The drive back to the city was long and silent. Nina stared out the window, her mind a whirlwind of thoughts. Each mile brought her closer to the life she had left behind, a life of broken promises and bitter memories. Kofi glanced at her occasionally, but he gave her space. He knew this journey was more than just a physical return. It was a reckoning. As they approached the city, familiar landmarks came into view. The streets she once walked, the restaurants she once owned, it all felt like another lifetime. She clenched her hands, trying to steady herself. "What happens now?" she asked, her voice barely audible. Kofi's voice was calm but firm. "We go to the station. You'll give your statement. The truth will come out, Nina. It's not going to be easy, but it's the only way to start healing." Nina nodded, but doubt gnawed at her. What would happen when the world knew the truth? Would they see her as a monster, or would they understand the depths of her pain? She wasn't sure she could bear the judgment. The police station was a stark contrast to the quiet village she had left. The buzz of activity, the harsh fluorescent lights, it all felt overwhelming. Kofi led her to a small, windowless room. "This is where it begins," he said softly. Nina sat at the table, her hands clasped tightly. The room felt suffocating. Kofi sat across from her, a tape recorder between them. "Whenever you're ready," he said. She took a deep breath, her voice trembling. "My name is Nina Adesanya. 11 years ago, I fell in love with a man named Maya." Her voice cracked, but she pressed on. "I believed we would build a future together. I gave him everything, my love, my trust, my savings, but he used me. He promised me a life, then left me for someone else." Tears streamed down her face as she recounted the events, the betrayal, the rage, the carefully planned revenge. "I didn't plan to kill them," she whispered, "but when I saw them together, it was like a fire inside me. I wanted them to feel the pain I felt." Kofi listened in silence, his face unreadable. When she finished, the room was silent, the weight of her confession hanging heavy in the air. "Thank you, Nina," he said finally. "The truth matters." News of Nina's confession spread quickly. Headlines blared her name, painting her as everything from a tragic victim to a cold-blooded murderer. Maya's family was devastated. Joy's parents demanded justice. The city was divided. Some saw her as a woman betrayed, others as a monster. Nina watched it all unfold from a small holding cell, her world reduced to 4 concrete walls. The weight of the past felt heavier than ever. Visitors were rare, but one day she was told someone had come to see her. To her surprise, it was Maya's sister, Ada. She stood on the other side of the glass, her eyes filled with a mixture of anger and sadness. "Why, Nina?" she whispered. "Why did you do it?" Nina's voice was barely a whisper. "Because he took everything from me. I thought it would set me free." Ada's eyes filled with tears. "It didn't, did it?" Nina shook her head, her voice breaking. "No, it only destroyed what was left of me." The courtroom was packed, the air heavy with tension. Nina sat at the defendant's table, her hands trembling. The prosecutor painted her as a vengeful woman driven by jealousy and rage. Her defense lawyer argued that she had been pushed to the edge, betrayed and broken. The witnesses were called, Maya's family, Joy's friends. Each testimony felt like a dagger, reopening old wounds. Nina sat in silence, the weight of their words crushing her. When it was her turn to speak, she stood, her voice steady. "I'm not proud of what I did," she said, tears in her eyes. "I thought revenge would heal me, but it only brought more pain. I can't undo what I've done, but I'm ready to face the consequences." The courtroom was silent. For the first time, Nina felt a strange sense of peace. She had faced her past. Now she would face her future.